Welcome to the return of Pittsburgh Sportsline TV show at Hollywood Lanes, 2961 West Liberty Avenue. Just look for the Dunkin' Donuts. I hate to promote them, but either that or Caesar's Pizza. You'll find us. Got to walk downstairs to this great venue. They extended the stage. We're all the way back. Look at HollywoodLanes.com. Can't beat it here. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. I got Smokin' Jim Frazier, my co-host, with me. We've got plenty of sports to talk about. This show will be rebroadcast Wednesday night, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock on Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. Verizon 32 everywhere in the greater Pittsburgh area. That's how they made it up. Verizon's everywhere from Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford, and all points in between. Even in Dormont, Castle Shannon, all the places I went to school and grew up, Braintree, they're there. So check it out. We got over 400 TV shows, believe it or not, in 6 years, saved on YouTube. So you can check out our shows. Type in Pittsburgh Sportsline, and you could put today's date, 2/19/18. And we got a great show for you. We're going to talk a little bit of sports, but our beginning part of our show is what's on your mind. Smokin' Jim will answer that. I'll answer that. It's sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station, right in Finleyville, 7 miles from my house, past Trax Farm, past Mineral Beach, past the Dairy Queen. You can see Skeets Service Station. Anything that runs on gas, he will fix it. I've seen him work on lawnmowers, cars. He worked on my car. I got an oil change last week. He has that buffet every Monday morning, Smokin' Jim. He goes, "Where's my man, Smokin' Jim?" He's right here. He doesn't miss too many meals, but we're not going to talk about the buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken he eats. My man, I'm glad to have him with us. He had a quadruple bypass. They went in for a triple, found a fourth one that was bad. 57 pounds of fluid later, look at the smile on his face. He's with me tonight, and we're about ready to start this show. Smokin' Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
just don't break.
You got to see Levine. I want to thank everybody for coming out on this snowy night. My best friend.
Hold it. Where's this?
Well, rain. It's snowing in Monroeville, in God's country.
Okay, Jim, you tell me how honest of a man you are. You started the show out with snow. It's February, but it's like spring.
February's Black History Month. Give me a pass. But
that's the history I'm talking about. I thought you were honest.
But hey, I want to welcome my best friend. She originates from Atlanta. We call her Lips, Hips, and Fingertips. Big hand for Joy in the house. We got my main man, Skip Atkins, is here. Big hand for Skip. How about Hall of Fame photographer Frank Fabus is in the house. Big hand for Frank. You know, if the Pittsburgh Steelers want to go to the Super Bowl next year, there's a couple things they got to do. Number one, they got to get over their fear of the New England Patriots. And number two, they got to re-sign Le'Veon Bell. 2 reasons they need to re-sign Le'Veon Bell. One, he's the best running back in the National Football League. Number 2, Le'Veon Bell is fearless. Le'Veon Bell, the Steelers refuse to sign Le'Veon Bell, and he almost averages 1,300 yards a year, but they'll give $60 million to 6'7", 315-pound Stephon Tuitt, who's built like Tarzan but plays like Jane. They refuse to give money to Le'Veon Bell, but they'll give $60 million to Marcus Gilbert, who ain't blocked nobody since he got busted for steroids. Ramon Foster is 350 pounds. He's fat, slow, and lazy, and the only reason he's on the team is because he loves Ben Roethlisberger. At 350 pounds, he loves anything with burger in it. The Pittsburgh Steelers got to re-sign Le'Veon Bell. They got to get over their unnatural fear of New England. I say it's unnatural because all babies are born with just 3 fears. All babies are born with the fear of heights. All babies are born with the fear of loud noises. And everybody better fear the Wildcats.
Can somebody tell me, is he done? I'm totally deaf. From what I recall, we only repeated 75% of that. I've heard this the last 2-3 years. Man, you need a new writer during Black History Month. Now, Smoking Jim's a known entertainer, and he has a way of practicing these statements in his mind in front of a mirror and all that, and he presented it to you tonight, and I enjoyed it myself. I can't follow it each week like you do and repeat it, but it was pretty good. I'm not going to be as emotional as he is. What I'm happy with is Pittsburgh Penguins. I predicted that they'd get a three-peat this year, and people said, hey, talking machine, because that's what he calls me. He goes, you're crazy. He said, I jumped on that bandwagon last year when you said they'd, win 2 in a row. They did. Well, lo and behold, the Penguins win last night. Guess what place they're in, Smoking Jim? I know you follow hockey. There you go. Now they're in first place, on their way to a three-peat. Now my ego's pretty big, so that surely helps me out a little bit, knowing they're going to go for it again. I appreciate that, and I like watching Pittsburgh sports. I bleed black and gold. Unlike Smoking Jim, I don't think we fear New England. I think we have a couple coaching issues that need rectified on what's called the defensive side. You got an offensive guy that helped lead them to 42 points and you fire him. What happened to the defensive guys that gave up 45 points? But I varied on just talking one subject. Makes me wonder about Steelers. I'm all about the Steelers. They'll be fine this year. So let's get on with this show. We got some great guests coming up right now. I met this young man a few weeks ago. Jeffrey Park likes to have me up here because he likes how I mingle with people and talk to other people. I come up to a fashion show. They had Children's Hospital on the gift list, so we did a telethon. He wanted me to talk 15 seconds. I talked for 2 minutes. Met a nice lady named Jill, Joshua's mother. Here she's related to one of our guests on our show and one of our heroes, Jack Mook. Has Jack's Gym out on McKnight Road. Has a boxing gym on North Side, has a lot of great fighters, and we promote a lot of boxers, MMA guys, etc. on our show. Here she's related to him. So I said, since your son had a heart transplant and plays sports and you said he's stubborn, I'd like to have him on the show. Tell them your name.
My name's Joshua Kroll, and like Al here said, I had a heart transplant 18 months ago.
That is amazing. And when did you start playing sports?
Oh man, I started playing sports, I can't even remember.
Out of the cradle?
Pretty much.
Well, we're going to have a couple guests that I know they had their dad drop baseballs in their crib. So they were throwing baseballs at 2 days old.
Yeah, I must have been one of those babies because, sports has been my life since I was a child.
No, that's great. So you've been playing sports your whole life. What happened with this heart transplant issue?
So I was a freshman in high school, and I just ended up getting sick all of a sudden. It was kind of out of the blue, and it was right after basketball season. So they told me I'd be fine, and it turned out 6 months later that it wasn't going to be fine. And then it started the long journey to my heart transplant, and ever since, I've been playing sports again.
How long were you on the list?
I was on the list a year at a low status, and then I moved up on the list, and I was on there for 5 months.
How was your health?
My health was pretty poor. It was kind of a day-to-day thing.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
What do you weigh?
160.
You're looking pretty darn good shape. That's why I said, are you sure this kid's a heart transplant recipient?
Yeah, and I'm feeling great. So.
And where do you play basketball at?
Right now, I decided not to play for the school because I just kind of wanted to.
What school do you go to?
I go to North Hills.
He's an NFL scout. Smoking Jim, before he lets it out, loves Monroeville, calls it God's country. And there's a school named Gateway that recruited players, housed players, brought different families in, got them jobs. And he's from that school. Now, they've dropped down a couple levels. And this year they ended up winning again, so I hate to bring it up again, but they're champs, so we'll go from there, even though they lost 3 times, I think. But he never lets facts get in the way of a good argument. Okay, so you didn't play for North Hills. Who do you play for?
I play for a CYO league, which is church, and I play.
Does it have a name?
It's St. A's in Westview.
Okay, well, I'm trying to narrow this down. I'll ask the questions. I told you this will be all about you. How am I doing so far?
You're doing good.
And what? Thank you. What other sports do you play?
I play softball to keep myself in shape during the summer, and I also started playing volleyball last year just to kind of keep in shape and for something to do now that I have my new heart and I can do pretty much everything I want to. So. Well,
you sound like a smart young man and very strategic in your sports and keeping in shape.
Oh yeah.
That's part of your life?
Yeah, that's definitely my life. It took a lot to get back into shape in order to get back to play basketball last year, but I did what I had to. And
I got to find out some more because I know how doctors are. I have friends and family that are doctors, nurses. Just with what you've gone through, they have certain regulations and rules and things you do. I think your mother's even a nurse.
Yeah, she is. And one of the regulations they told me is I couldn't play sports for 6 months. And I was,
that's why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah, and I said, oh, I don't know about that because my transplant was in August, which meant I'd only be eligible to play sports at the end of the basketball season. So I started my road to recovery and got back in shape and started playing in November.
Did you say November?
November, yeah, November.
August to November. That's amazing in itself. What did you do?
I just kept practicing, and it was a lot. It was pretty tough.
Put it like this. It had to be agonizing. You know they cut your chest open.
Yeah, but actually the most frustrating part was my mind was ready, but I found out pretty quick my body wasn't.
Well, it sort of lagged, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you run at all?
A little bit. With the weather, it's kind of hard. I don't like the cold very much.
Well, you're like most young people today. I understand that. A little finicky on the running. Well, at least you're like the rest of the kids that I know. Yep. But you like shooting the basketball?
Oh, of course.
Do you score any points?
Obviously.
Come on. I don't know if that was a question or a statement.
That was kind of a statement.
I'll take no offense at that.
Yeah.
What do you average a game?
At least 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of a point guard, and for my one team I play with my brother, so that's a pretty interesting.
How old's your brother?
He's a freshman, 14.
That's pretty good. It's nice to be able to play with your brother. I only have 3 sisters, so I had to play sports on my own.
Yeah, that's tough.
They got to watch. Do you have any other family members?
Yeah, I do. I have a sister, too.
How old is she?
She's 17, so she's actually in the same grade as me.
Are you a senior?
I'm a senior.
Where are you going to college?
I'm not sure yet. I'm debating community because I'm thinking about being a paramedic.
Wow. With your history, I could understand that. I'm not going to even ask any questions about that. No.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought about it, and for as many years as I kind of had to sit around, I don't really know if I could handle an office job, so I think I'm going to try to be on my feet.
Well, you got a nice shirt. I think he could fit in an office. What do you think, folks?
Yeah, thank you.
He's a handsome young man. He could fit in that office.
Thank you.
Think of something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but a paramedic, at least I could help people like myself or somebody that's in a bad situation, you know?
That's a noble act there. I can't argue with you, and I don't want to dismiss that lightly.
Yeah.
Well, community college is a good school. It doesn't cost as much. You get your degree, and you can go do that.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully next year. It'll be a 2-year program, I think, and thinking about getting started with that in the fall.
Sounds like a good plan. We'll have to get updates from you. Now that you're on Pittsburgh Sportsline, we have this thing Smokin' Jim discovered. I talked about karma. Well, people that come on our show, the football team's one of them. I predicted they'd win their 2nd championship, so they got good karma from Pittsburgh Sportsline. So go Wildcats. And Smokin' Jim tells every guest that's on the show, you know you're going to get some of that good karma from Pittsburgh Sportsline. Smokin' Jim, you want to tell him?
You did.
He's a man of many words except when I'm talking.
Yeah, well, I hope the karma works out because, I mean, we just, our basketball team just took 1st place for our division, so we're heading.
You got it now. I guarantee it.
Yep. We're headed there, so hopefully we win it all.
You have to come back after you win it all.
I hope so.
We'll have you back on. I'll keep track of that.
All right, I'm ready.
What else do you got going on?
Not too much. Like I said, volleyball season's just coming around now as basketball ends. So.
When's the season over?
The season should be over within the next 2 weeks, most likely.
Good luck with volleyball. Hey, thanks for being a guest on our show, and we'll have you back again. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And good health to you. And score some points.
All right.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You know my question, what's your name?
Joey Del Sardo, Jr.
I know, I see Peppy here.
Yeah.
Oh, he is your pap. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, he is your pap.
Yeah.
And I know him as Peppy. I played baseball against him.
That's
I'm not supposed to talk about that, so we'll save that for another day. Now, you grew up nearby.
I did, right down the street in Dormont here.
Is it 2 blocks or 3 blocks?
It's about 3 blocks from here. I think my grandfather actually used to own this at one time, if I'm not mistaken.
You're kidding. Dormont Lanes.
Dormont Lanes.
When it had Duck Pins Bowling,
Yeah.
Guess what? As a kid, my uncle and his family brought us here for a couple parties. I can remember coming down these steps as a little kid and doing duck pin bowling.
It's probably why we came here when we were young, because it was free.
The price is right. Now, when did you start playing sports? I want you to be honest, because my last guest, I said maybe a couple days in the crib.
I played t-ball and things like that, but my first, the sports I remember really was football when I was 7 years old.
All right. Thanks, because I know you had a baseball in your crib and footballs were thrown at you. Maybe they hit you.
Yeah.
You know, that's how your family's tough. You know, the 3 families you have, Del Sardos, Conleys, and Gradkowskis, they could be a little tough at times. I grew up with Gradkowskis, and shout out to Big Brew. His dad and my dad were best friends, so I have fond memories there of the Gradkowski.
He was my first coach when I started playing.
What a coach. And I saw some of those games, just so you know. He wasn't afraid to yell at you.
No, he would
or anybody else.
He would get in the middle of the thing and headbutt everybody and get everyone fired up, and he'd come out, face beat red, sometimes bleeding, ready to go. 7 years old.
I appreciate your honesty, because I did like watching the sidelines.
Yeah.
The game, forget about the game sometimes. There were some great plays, but the sidelines always was active.
Oh yeah, a lot of stars. A lot of stars.
Definitely. Now, you progressed. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Seton LaSalle High School, straight out of...
We're not going to talk about any controversy and stuff like that with family matters with the high schools.
No.
I just saw you guys play there.
Yeah, that's all. I went there from the get-go, so there was no controversy there.
I understand that. I didn't want to vary off that subject.
Yeah, so no, I went to Seton LaSalle and had a nice career there. It was fun, close to home.
I understand that.
Got to play.
Probably 6 blocks away.
Yeah, it was only...
I'm just kidding. I told you I'm a bit sarcastic.
Yeah.
How am I doing?
You're doing good. Doing good. But no, it was nice, close to home. Got to play with my older brother for a year, my older cousin for 2.
Who's your older brother?
Ralphie Del Sardo.
That's my friend from the Post-Gazette. We're going to bring him on when we get rid of you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So
I guarantee it.
Got to play with him. Got to play with my older cousin 2 years, Bruce East Jr., and
Sure.
my younger cousin Carmen for 2 years. So
Is that Conley?
Conley, yeah.
I know the Conleys.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw TJ the other day. I forget where he was, in a Starbucks or something.
Okay.
Yeah, from Chrome Moses.
Yeah. Chrome
So,
Moses.
I know what goes on in this family. I see posts on Facebook. I'm watching you too.
Yeah, you do your homework.
Yes. I'm still pretty quick-witted at this advanced age, so I'm doing my best. Just ask Smoking. All right. Now, what happened with college? Where were you planning on going? And tell the folks where you ended up.
I really had no idea where I wanted to go. Ended up looking at some smaller schools that gave me scholarship offers,
Of course.
Decided to walk on at Pitt. Ended up earning a scholarship there and playing all 4 years for the football team there. So,
well, you got Smoking Jim calling you the living legend. He likes putting nicknames on people whether he knows them or not. So we have a young kid who does camera work for us, Steve. He's not here tonight because he's going to community college. And sometimes, unlike Smoking Jim, who has about 18 degrees, like General So and all these other things, he went to Cal U. He forgot to go to school a lot, but he has the degree and degrees. But he kids about it. He calls our young cameraman Rookie of the Year. Yeah. So leave it to Smoking Jim. He's done that to the last 3 cameramen. Luckily, we have Devin Shea, who's experienced, been with us from the beginning. Makes us all look good, has it set up with sound. We've got the PA system by Mark here, and thanks to Jeffrey Park, owner of Hollywood Lanes, for having us out here tonight. This is our return show, so it's an honor to have you on a show like this. Now, you're at Pitt for 4 years.
yes,
And you caught the ball a few times.
I did.
What was that like?
It was fun. You know, it was fun to play at home. Friends from high school.
Well, your whole family, for crying out loud, they had a whole section.
It was tough to get tickets. Yeah, it was tough.
They had the whole section, as I repeat again.
Yeah. So there were a few times I wanted to leave my dad off the list, but I didn't. You know, I always got him a ticket. And no,
tell Uncle Bruce to have him calm down.
No, but yeah. So it was fun. Family was around, able to see me. My family was able to travel. You know, all over the country, out to Arizona.
Really?
Watch us play in the Fiesta Bowl.
They followed you.
Oh, yeah. There was no getting rid of them.
Unbelievable. I know you're a tight-knit family and a large family, so
yeah,
it's a lot of fun, I'm sure.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun growing up. So a lot of bumps and bruises, you know.
Put it like this, there's ups and downs. I always say you find out what type of character a person is by what they do after adversity. So what are you doing now?
Me, so
we'll promote that.
With the sports, on the sports side of things?
Yeah, I'm trying to go because you pumped me up about something.
Yeah, so what we started now, and we started this before the playoffs, because my older brother Ralph, who played at Morehead State.
Where's that, Kentucky?
Morehead State, Kentucky. So Phil Simms played there, set a lot of records himself as a wide receiver, and
he has good hands.
Yeah, not as good as me, but, you know.
I had to find out.
But no, so he had a good career, and he is, I don't want to call him a typical, what people refer to as a yinzer.
No, you can on this show, because Pittsburgh Sportsline.
He's not a yinzer. He doesn't have the accent, but he's nuts when you watch a Steeler game with him. I mean,
is he?
Completely insane. So I was like, you know, we need to build a podcast around that. So we have a podcast now that we do. It's called Brudders, Brudders, in the Berg.
I'm glad you went to college.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah. So we started this podcast right before the playoffs. We've had a few good guests on. We have.
Hold it. How can we promote it? Where do you find this podcast?
If you go to your
tell me.
Podcast in your iPhone or your Google Play Store and just.
I got a Turbo Droid, Android.
Is that a flip phone?
No. I got rid of that to get this. I had a flip phone so long, they said, hey, Al, when are you getting a phone? So I got the Turbo Droid. 21 megapixels. I take great photos with this.
It won't take any of your minutes up.
Okay. That's a bonus.
But no, you just Google Brudders in the Berg.
Brudders?
And we have 5 episodes out now. We've had Bruce Gradkowski Jr. on. Gino Gradkowski, who has 6 years in the NFL.
Hold it. Didn't he get a Super Bowl trophy his first year?
Yeah.
How did that happen? That's on your show.
Yeah. So, we talk a lot. Lance Moore, who played with the New Orleans Saints, was on our show. Wide receiver, Super Bowl champion.
Smoking Jim, just to introduce you, is an NFL scout, Steeler scout. He goes in a Steeler war room to eat steak and gives them a couple picks, and they hate his picks. That's the truth. He'll text me. He goes, hey, Machine, they're going to throw me out. I'm telling them their draft picks are soft. They can't hit. They can't block. He gives a D every year on their draft picks. And then I go on the show and I go, they're rebuilding. Because they have been rebuilding the last few years, and they got lucky.
At least on the defense, they're rebuilding. So.
Thanks for noticing that.
Yeah. But no, it's fun. We've had a few good guests. Gino comes on every week. And we just talk sports. And
how can you not with your family history?
Yeah, we try and keep the focus around Pittsburgh, but we touch on a little bit of everything, and we just have fun with it.
Hey, that's sort of what we're doing. We got 4 knuckleheads together, started Pittsburgh Sportsline. I had to get rid of a couple of them. Now we're down to Smoking Jim and I, and we got over 400 TV shows. So I welcome, say that again, Brothers?
Brothers in the Berg.
Excellent. And just look for them. We're going to try to promote a show or two on Pittsburgh Sportsline, because somehow I got 6,621 likes. Imagine that. An old dog like me got 6,621 likes. Thank you, everybody, for those likes. We appreciate it. And if you haven't liked our page, it's just like it is. Pittsburgh, no slang.
Yeah, we need it.
No.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Sportsline, all one word. They told me, don't put Sportsline as one word. Break it up. I said, no, I want it unique. Now it's working perfectly.
Excellent.
So good luck to you.
Thank you.
Hey, introduce this next guy coming up.
So the next guy coming up is my older brother, Ralphie Del Sardo.
Hey, Joey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you got any updates, we'll take you on here in the future.
All right, sounds good.
Take care. All right. He already said your name. I took the pressure off you a bit. I need you to say your name.
Ralph Del Sardo.
All right. When did we first meet?
Is it about 2002 maybe?
When were you 18?
18 or 19, yeah.
Yeah, I met Ralph back then. Bruce introduced me, said, this is one of my nephews. I said, oh, no, not another one.
I'm the good one, though, you know.
I can't deny that. We become friends. Smoking Jim, I gave him books to read. He read them. Unlike Smoking Jim, I got to tell a Black history story. I read all kind of books. I'm a big baseball fan, and Smoking Jim, I just meet him. They think we know each other 20 years or a lifetime. So I go, we're on Black History Month. I said, I have a book on the Negro baseball leagues. I said, I've read it. You know, you being a black man that I heard you tell me you are. So I want you to read the book. It was a paperback book this thick. So I give it to him a week or two later. He goes, oh, I started. I go, what'd you read? 1 page. Well, needless to say, after 3 months, he read 19 pages. And he gave the book back. He said, thanks. He goes, thanks, Talking Machine. I learned a few things. Cool Papa Bell, Buck Leonard, Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige. I said, everybody knows about those guys. So I didn't help my brother from another mother that much, but we had some great conversations on sports. When I talked to your brother, he told me I'm with my older brother. I said, Ralph. I go, I know him.
Yeah, no, long time.
I know, it's been a while. And I said, I got to have you on. Tell me about this Brothers in the Bird.
Basically, we've always enjoyed talking sports.
I could tell.
Yeah, that's really all we know. So
I could tell.
Yeah. So we're trying to bring like the dinner table conversation
to a podcast.
And we have unique perspective. We try and just talk sports, keep the politics out of it, and we've been fortunate. We have some good guests. We have some good guests lined up.
Well, they're related to you too.
That helps, you know. I mean, you gotta use what's there for you. And
hey, and it's working. Whatever you started it, we're gonna try to promote it out there and put it out. I'll grab 1 or 2 of them and put them on Pittsburgh Sportsline Facebook.
Yeah, hey, we appreciate it. And like Joe said, it's on iTunes, Apple iTunes, Google Play.
I'm not that sophisticated yet.
Or you could just follow us on Twitter at BrothersPGH, and we always put the...
there we go.
We put the link up every week, so we should have an episode up tomorrow morning.
When do you do this show?
Well, it varies.
I delayed you.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be talking tonight.
Typically Wednesday nights, but we did one this morning, and it should be out. It usually takes about 24 hours. Our other cousin produces the show, so.
Wow, what a family affair. Come on, where's Pepe at on this?
He's talked about a lot. There's a lot of stories about Pepe on there and Big Brew.
There can't be.
Oh, yeah.
With all the sports and coaching they've done?
Yeah. It might get them in trouble, though, nowadays.
We'll keep that on the down low. Definitely.
Yep.
But I'm proud of you. You want to tell them where you went to college, since we just talked about it lately?
Yeah, I went to Moorhead State. Smoking Jim knows Dave Dinkins. I played with him my freshman year.
Michael Vick?
Who? Convict.
I mean, he could run and throw. He could do
Yeah. Yeah, he was a good player.
And he was big in the chest like you. Must be some steroids in Kentucky.
All hard work.
He's an honest man. Smoking Jim goes right for the dirt. He tries to get this emotionalism out there. He wouldn't know a steroid if they gave it to him. Well, I mean, maybe they did. He's a power lifter. I don't know. That's what he told me. I just thought he was an eater.
We're all eaters, you know.
I know.
We all love
Oh, and your family. Hey, Bruce and his wife invited me to stop by and have some food a couple times, and I did.
They don't let you leave without eating.
You got to make sure you manja.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So,
I did enjoy some spaghetti and meatballs, I'll tell you that much. And what are you doing now?
so we got into pharmaceutical sales world.
Where do you get that from? It sounds familiar in the family.
My dad tricked us. He tricked us into the industry, you know.
Did he?
So, yeah.
He's smooth, I'll tell you that much about him. He's a smooth operator.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
You're welcome, and we'll have you guys back again once you get this show more developed. Brothers in the Berg.
Yep.
All right, awesome. Ralph.
Thank
nice seeing you. And I got you on.
Yeah, I appreciate
Take care.
Try to catch up to the Steelers.
I don't always wear a T-shirt on Pittsburgh Sportsline, but I'll make an exception tonight. Thank you for the T-shirt. There, we'll model that. There, how we are.
Right.
We're good to go. Thanks for the shirt.
Yes, sir.
Always appreciate free shirts and food on Pittsburgh Sportsline. Thanks, Skip Atkins, for that pepperoni pizza. Thanks to the Wildcats for letting me eat. Where's those wings at?
They're gone.
Oh, man.
First time ever Keystone Oaks got championships on it, huh?
Hey, Smoking Jim. Hey, we did it the honest way, not like Gateway packing a house with jobs and houses. Thank you. All right, what's going on? Congratulations, champ.
Thank you very much.
What happened? I see two.
Yeah, we went back to back.
Understand that. How'd you get there?
We won.
That's all I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. What kind of record did you have?
We went in the season 12-1.
I heard about a loss. That's why I wanted to question you on that. The good karma only went so far.
Yeah, it did. We lost in the championship of the league by 6 points.
You're kidding.
Last play of the game, we fumbled on the 1 yard line. The snap.
That can't even be serious.
Yeah, it was a snap. We didn't get a snap, and that was the game.
Wow. Well, then how'd you end up in Daytona Beach? Tell me this story.
Well, we were 26-1 in the last 2 years, so it's kind of like college rankings. We're still ranked in the top 5, so they paired us with the #1 team in the country again, the New York Sting, Monroe County Sting, and we got invited back, and we went down and beat them.
Excellent. Congratulations. Glad to hear it.
Thank you.
Who's that behind you?
This is our head coach, Chuck Orr.
Introduce yourself.
How you doing? I'm Chuck Arn, head coach, Wildcats.
Is that a ring?
I have a few rings right
Looks good.
here. Thank you. I like it.
Thanks, good. Who's behind you? My man.
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm Rob Daft. I play left tackle, left guard.
Nice to see you. Who's behind me?
Just Michael in there, that's all. Glad to be back with the Wildcats champions. One of the running backs, one of the many great running backs from this organization.
Pass that mic.
Timothy Devonshire, 20-year veteran, team manager, equipment manager, tape guy, utility man.
Excellent. Pass the mic.
Yeah, my name's Elliot Alexander. Played defensive back. What's up, y'all? This will be my second year, second championship. You know, so trying to get another one.
Three-peat, I predict. Three-peat. Go ahead.
Jim Taylor, I'm just a kicker.
Step
Denzel
up so
Jackson,
we can see
receiver.
on camera.
I'm saying we get it cracking. 300.
It's number 2, defensive back, Evander Wright, no fly zone. That goes for 300 too, and anybody else that plays against us.
Bruce Thornton Jr., receiver.
Hey, don't let this gentleman right here down.
Hey, Coach, I just got one question, and I'll give the mic back to the players. Can you guys please do me a favor, because I'm tired of Lou Calloway telling me you guys are ducking the Buccaneers. Is there any truth to that?
So look, I'm not. Yeah. See, I'm not gonna put his dirty laundry all over the air. We would love to play them at our house, but there's some stipulations there.
Hold it, I got to interrupt. Smoking Jim, somebody named Lou reached out to me, said, could I bring my football team on? I said yes. Guess where they showed up? Nowhere. His phone was off. He answered me he'd be there. So I got to go with the guys that show up. I'm proud of you guys, every one of you, even the kicker, because I assume that you scored some points and they had to kick points. All right. And I appreciate how modest you guys are, especially no fly zone and all the rest stuff, and just a little running back here.
Just don't watch the last tape.
At least you like my loose leaf green tea weather report.
It's the best thing that makes my morning.
Every day, check the weather and the loose leaf green tea weather report.
Makes my morning.
I appreciate that. What's the future for the Wildcats?
Well, we're trying to get another league championship this year, because
disappointing.
We still got that, that bad taste in our mouth from that game. It was
fumble snap, a
few other things, but
that's a key one.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to try to get 3 of these and another league championship.
No, that sounds great. You know I'm a big fan. I got to show up at a game. You took my photographer, Pittsburgh Sportsline Hall of Famer. Frank, sir, I'm going out there, and then he sends these photos. I see everything anyhow.
Yeah, he's the greatest.
He's taken hundreds of photos.
Yeah, we love.
Without you, though, I don't see you in some of these pics.
Photoshops me in, as you see. Yeah.
I'm starting to notice that he got some skills. Now you had a sponsor you wanted to bring on while we're in the middle of this interview.
Yes, Kelly.
Where's your sister at?
Kelly, right there.
We'll let you stand up. Let her sit in the chair.
She's our biggest sponsor right here.
Let's find out about her.
Come on up, Kelly. This is the lady right here.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Please tell them your name.
Kelly Engel.
Thank you very much. That's it. No. They told me that one of the sponsors would be on the show, so what do you do?
I own Eggs and At Diner on University Boulevard in Moon Township, and we do a 7 to 2 breakfast and lunch. We feed a lot of Robert Morris
Well, that's nearby.
Colonials, and we do a lot of feeding Wildcats and making sure that they're well taken care of so they can bring home championships.
They look in pretty good shape. They look strong here.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Winter games, right?
And tell them the name of your place again.
Eggs and At.
Eggs and Nat. It sounds like a Pittsburgh place. When did you start it?
2006 we opened.
Wow. 12 years now.
Yes, sir.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Tell them the address.
8556 University Boulevard.
Guess what? Go out there. I want to try it out. Smoking Jim, we got to make a road trip for breakfast.
Right next to Globe Parking.
Oh, okay. I know right where that is. Very good. And did you play any sports? I got to ask all my guests.
Well, I did.
Be honest.
I played softball for about...
When?
When I was 8 until I was about 12.
What happened?
Art club and science club. And that's it.
Well, I'm about education, so I appreciate that. But I was talking sports. What position did you play?
Usually the catcher.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I was good then.
Were you?
Yeah, don't ask John Ray how good I am now.
You played softball for the Wildcats a couple years ago.
We're not getting into that because he's smiling.
The ring.
Show that ring.
Yeah, she's got a ring as well. I have the godmother
Hold that
ring.
up to the camera. It's a nice looking ring.
Yes, it is. I'd like to thank each and every one of these guys for allowing me to have a ring like this.
More eggs and that coming up.
That's right.
Thanks for being on. We're going to continue this with John. Good luck to you. And thanks for being on Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to thank you for bringing both these trophies up here. I don't mind being surrounded by it. Not bad.
No, not at all.
Let's see what it says. USA Bowl.
That's what it's called, yeah.
I know, I wondered.
That's this year's. That's the team we beat. That little B.
Get out. No, they look great. They're impressive.
Yeah, they're nice. We need a few more.
Hey,
I'm glad Devonshire, he forgot it at home. He had to run back and get it.
did he?
That's how much he cared about it.
I hijacked it.
Yeah, he took it. He came to my house. I wasn't home. And took it for like, what, a month now? Went on tour with it like he's a penguin or something.
I'm the old guy. I've been doing this for over 20 years. So I've seen teams come and go. I've seen the power structure in the city when it was the coach and it was different things. But right now, John Ray's on top. Also, what he didn't tell you, he's going to do something that hasn't been done in semi-pro. He's going to play Friday night games during the summer. So we got 3 Friday night games in the early part of summer. So that'll be something we're doing that people can get out, other teams can come see us play, and hopefully we put on the show.
Is that part of the XFL?
No.
Smoking Jim, always going to the dark side here. I don't know how he does it. He's an NFL scout, Steelers scout, model scout. I don't know. Stir it up, scout. Oh, go ahead. That's great.
Also, I didn't know you were from Keystone Oaks. I didn't know that.
Really?
And since the Gonzalos are here, I'm really not a big C. LaSalle fan either because I'm from Beaver County. I grew up in Aliquippa, but I played at Hopewell, and we lost to C. LaSalle in Hopewell's first ever Whitfield championship game down at Three River Stadium at the time. So.
I'm a Quaker Valley fan.
Oh, please.
Well,
you're surrounded by it. My nephew is Marlon Devonshire Jr., so he's one of the up-and-coming people on the team right now. So
going to Keystone Oaks, I grew up in Green Tree. There's Dormont and there's Castle Shannon. How do 3 communities form one like we did? They thought we were the rich people in Green Tree. How did that even happen? Even Smoking Jim thought that, and he went to Gateway.
As soon as I see white, I figure you're rich.
How did y'all fall out, though? Because when I was playing, we used to come up here twice, play C. LaSalle, then play Keystone Oaks in the same field.
Here, my
What happened?
Here, let me tell you. Let me tell you another story. Not only is there Green Tree, Castle Shannon, and Dormont, but our high school is in Mount Lebanon. So you wonder what happened to us. We got 4 different communities. My senior year, we had a problem with guys going to the game and fighting. They were fighting through all the houses around the stadium, so we had to do Saturday afternoon football in high school. So we didn't get banned like the City League basketball games where no fans could be there. Our fans could come out, but it was Saturday afternoon. But I'll tell you this, we had some of the best fighters in the history of high school in Dormont. Definitely. And they're legendary. I know a bunch of them.
Then everybody moved from Dormont to Clairton and Menneson.
There he goes again. He got to go down to the downside. Smoking Jim, why aren't you welcome in Clairton? That's what I want to know.
They hate me out there.
I just saw your friend Robin Allen. She said hello. So there are some good people. When's this first Friday night game?
Was it May 11th? May 11th. May 11th.
May 11th. Got to look for Friday night football with the Wildcats. Where at?
Our home field, New Kensington Valley High School.
Valley High School. There you go. And you play all your home games there?
Yep. Yep, our first games were the Pittsburgh Rangers. We actually play a Gateway player that plays on the other team.
No way. What's his name?
His name?
Again.
He played at Ohio State.
Oh, really?
What's his name?
We don't know.
No, Morty plays for us.
We don't know.
See, Smoking Jim think.
Oh,
Something
Dorian
Bell.
Bell.
Oh, man, I'm a fan now.
He plays for
That's
the
my
other
man.
team. He chose that team over us. He went over there, so we're gonna.
Well, you got to talk to Smoking Jim about that.
I'm going to get Bell on the Buccaneers.
And they got Elijah Fields, too. So they might be decent. They might give us a game.
For a little while.
A little bit.
Maybe 3/4.
We're thinking 2.
Oh.
But I don't want to start no drama.
All right. All right.
Being professional.
Well, good
My
luck.
Facebook's going to blow up.
Good luck with your season. What happened?
We got 2 slot openings.
Oh, you were just talking bad about Seton LaSalle and KO. Wait a second.
Our other 2 receivers were over there talking too much, so they just were cut. So we have
You just cut those receivers. They're
and they're
gone.
wearing red. They're not even wearing orange. So
Wow. This is getting too personal there. How much time do we got? 11. Well, we got 11 minutes to talk. What do you got on the table here? When's tryouts?
we start tryouts. That's all the workouts are done. We start mandatory practice next.
I saw that.
March 4th we start.
March 4th. And when's the season start?
May 11th, first game.
Oh, that is the first game, the Friday night game.
Friday night, 7.
Wow. Smoking Jim, we got to mark that on our calendar. Don't believe him. He tells me he's an honest man, but I don't see
2
that.
years. He's been saying that for like 2 years now.
Oh, he told me he went to the games.
Oh, I didn't see him there.
Get on. He told me he was there.
Oh, I missed him.
I said, well, tell them I said hello. No wonder you didn't hear from me.
Nope.
And how many players do you have?
We're allowed 65. We got around 55 guys.
Is that all you need?
Yeah.
The people come and go. Some will quit, some will come back. It depends.
You know I had to go to you. You're the go-to guy. 20 years in the business, I got to go to you, right?
It's a long haul. People have family vacations, things to do. They work, so you travel on the road. Sometimes some can't make it, so you need all the depth you can get to keep.
Are you interested in the 2 wide receivers that are there? Because we can talk about that.
If Pop take off the Rebel shirt, he's willing. He's okay. He's okay. And they bring an army, so we have people at the game, so that's all good. We can bring.
Put it like this: they would fill up half of the stadium with their people.
And we'll welcome that. John Ray will welcome that.
Guess what? I'm one of the best negotiators you could have. I will get Ralphie and Joey. We'll talk about that. We'll see how you can do a podcast there. Brothers in the Berg at the Wildcats opener. Can you get them some uniforms? I don't want to see. You got uniforms for them.
We'll have them dressed, ready to roll. We got enough uniforms.
I don't know. We might have to check this out. Del Sardo's, we're going in deep on this. Who knew we'd have this happen? You waived that Seton LaSalle rule, right?
Yeah, I see that. See, I haven't, like Steigerwald, always had a problem with Seton LaSalle people. Just a phobia since I was 18. So when they came up here, it warmed me up to say something a little bit, so I'm okay.
I'm glad you worked it out.
I worked it out. The KO thing, it's easy to work out because I ain't never lost a KO. But it's never lost a KO. We used to love when we seen them on the Parkway. They on the Parkway conference. I love this.
You just never know what's going to be talked about on Pittsburgh Sportsline.
You never know when therapy will heal you. You never know when you're going to get that healing.
Hold it. Where are you from originally, Beaver Falls?
Aliquippa.
Aliquippa.
Aliquippa. I played at Hopewell, though.
You played at Hopewell?
Yeah.
You and Tony D.
Tony D back then was tough, though. You lost one game, you couldn't make it to the playoffs. So we was at a 9-3 record, 9-3-1. We had Cradell Kimbrough. We had a really good team.
Mike Kimbrough.
Yeah,
we're getting some history now.
Yeah, there's a lot of history.
We're digging deep. Thank you.
Real deep. Calypso, all of that.
Get on, yeah. I remember reading about some of them.
I've never been talked that bad about by a coach as a high school kid before, so that was a problem.
What, a good coach like that? Come on. He's still coaching.
Yeah, he's up in Buffalo. I was following his career up there. I like that.
Very good. You guys got anything else, kicker? You want to say anything?
Yeah, I actually do. There we go. We're all up here. Johnny Ray, I've been dealing with him for a couple years. He's a pretty class guy, but his wife's sitting over there, and she does a lot for the team. She cooks us some delicious brownies and cookies every game.
Where are they at?
Keep us going. A lot of times the only reason we want to win is just so we get those cookies after the game.
Bring her up.
Come on up, Amber. Yeah, she needs to come up here. Amber, come on up.
Bring Amber up. Thanks, kicker. Bring a brownie or two up. Smoking Jim's hungry.
None of this would be possible without her. Honestly,
You got to bring brownies up.
she recruits harder than me. I gotta listen to her. She
talks a lot of trash, too.
All right, I finally got to meet you. I've seen you in posts on Facebook. Where's those brownies at?
They're not my brownies, but they're back there.
Oh, but you brought them to Pittsburgh Sportsline.
We did, yes. Mm-hmm.
How do you support these guys?
It's a lot of dedication. Yeah, we have 3 kids. We both work full time. I work at McGee. My husband's a truck driver, so.
When do you have the time?
I don't know. We make it. And my husband coaches high school, so we got high school.
I know. I wanted to get into that in the last segment about what happened with that, because I saw he branched out in the high school.
He did, yeah. Now he's doing high school. Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's great. You're an active family. How old are your kids?
13, 5, and 1.5.
1.5?
That's the boy.
We got the baby boy. But our 13-year-old is starting goalie for lacrosse. She'll be for Shaler High School next year.
Really? Congratulations. We should have had her on to interview her. I talk sports.
Oh, yeah.
Among other stuff.
Yeah, that's our life. Yeah.
Understand it.
Our 1.5-year-old will be playing football.
Is there a football in the crib?
Oh, God. 5. Yeah.
5 of them. You don't mess around.
No, he watches football highlights on our phone. We have to YouTube it. He screams football, so that's what he does all day.
He doesn't even say dada.
Can we get him to come to Gateway?
Yeah. He'll be somewhere. I'm sure it won't be Shaler, but he'll be somewhere. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad we could have you up here. Anything else you want to promote or say?
No, nothing. No, we'll be good.
You run the concession stand too. Wow.
Yeah, it's a family event.
Unbelievable. Get these fans out. How can they contact you guys or
Just
check your Facebook page?
more fans, the better, because we pay for everything. Mm-hmm.
You pay for everything.
Out of our pocket. What teams get the players?
How about these 2 wide receivers up here? They need some help to travel out that far.
I heard the one works for Post-Gazette, so we could fill him in there. I could feed you. I feed him all the time. You're more than welcome to come over.
Whoa.
There's someone not always at our house, so.
We may have to work something out here. I think there's a lot of good potential here.
Oh, there is, yes.
I'm glad you came up to be on our show.
Yes.
I appreciate what you do. I mean, it's tough keeping up with these guys on the team.
You know, our guys do a lot. They feed the homeless. They go to children's. We go to their volunteers. So we get them out there to summer camps. They do a lot for us, you know. It's family.
Well, we try to do a lot of things in the community. Like I end each show with Stay Joey Strong. This child, Joey Favis, died at 9 years old, had brain cancer, DIPG. They're trying to find a cure for it. Every kid that gets diagnosed with it, they're dead within a year. It's sad.
It's sad. They go to the oncology floor at Children's once every couple months, so they know, the players know how it is, but those players brighten those kids' days up, so that's what they'll do for us, and we'll do this for them.
Good. Sounds great. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, we only got a couple more minutes, Coach. I wanted to ask you about your high school career. And coaching.
Well,
I got to.
It was my first year this year.
How'd it go?
We won 3 games. I don't know how many games we played. 8.
Who do you coach for?
I coach for Valley, New Kensington. I coached the D-line this year, helped out with the defense. First year.
How'd you get the job? What happened that you got it?
Well, Muzzy, the head coach out there, the athletic director, we play there. So, I mean, he's seen what I got, and
he wanted you on board.
He interviewed me and brought me on board, yeah.
Well, a little pay here, a little pay there, it all helps out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little something, but it's nothing like, I just want to get involved with the kids more. You know, I mean.
You got future recruits is what I'm sensing.
Oh, that too, but
Just a guess.
Yeah, but the high school stuff's fun. I mean, every day of it, it's a lot different than semi-pro. When we only,
it has to be.
Oh yeah, it's more work.
More intense.
Yeah. So I mean, I'd like to be a head coach one day in high school. So I got to start somewhere.
Oh, really? You'd like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good luck to you. Maybe this will be a stepping stone.
Hey, it's what I'm hoping for. So
very good. All right, we're going to be closing this show out another minute or so. Good luck with you guys again. What do you got to say? We got a minute to go. What happened?
Talk about the flag football.
Hold it. Receiver, tell us. Hold the mic up.
I mean, just come to the ball. That's all.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your suggestions. Where's Ralph and Joey? We need them back up here again, because not only can they receive the ball, they can give Brothers in the Berg a little plug. That's what we're talking about. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out to our show. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks you guys again. You know, 3-peat is on the way because of good karma. Undefeated season this year. Forget that fumble on the goal line. I don't want to hear about that and any other bad plays. I'm about the positivity.
Pass is the pass.
Yes. Yeah, we don't live in that. It's all the future. I want to hear you talk again next time you're on. I was enthused. I just hope you can catch the ball. And they said you could. All right, throw him the ball. We're going to get out of here. I want to end the show with Stay Joey Strong.